It's the Mod Pod.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the Mod Coffi podcast. I'm your host, Ahmad Kofi, and today I got a good friend of mine named Levi. How you doing, man?
What's going on? I'm good. How are you, bro?
I'm all right, bro. I'm just chilling. Hey, today's the last day of Ramadan. Eid is tomorrow, so I get
I
to
know
eat
that's
a
what I
little bit.
heard. Are
Huh?
you did you just grub up a second ago or no?
Yeah, I just ate too much food, bro. I have a thing of tea like right next to me. I'm about to drink that while
That's
we
what I'm saying
talking.
because I was hyped because Mo said it was ending. He kept telling me about it. He's excited, so I was like, bro. And then Ian was like, "Yo, I think Ahmad's probably just eating right now because and you were praying too." So
Yeah, and see
I
the
feel
thing
you.
is, bro. The only thing is, Muhammad's not gonna be there like for like 3 days of the week, bro, because it's Eid. So like for
Oh
school,
yeah.
I'm gonna be the only one there, bro. It is what it
All right,
is.
bro.
Yeah, nah. So we were discussing a couple of topics. Our first one was just having an open mindset.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
I guess just being open to things in that aspect. That's how I think
Yeah.
of mindset. You know what I mean? Just being open to things and being open to opinions. 'Cause a lot of people just are like closed off. Like they once they think of one thing or they have an idea about one thing, they stick to that idea and don't like listen to what anybody else has to say.
Let me go off you, bro. I agree with that because when it comes to something like, let's for example, we're talking about religion just a second ago, bro.
Yeah.
If someone's talking about religion, like you gotta hear like no matter what, I'm locked into my religion. I'm Christian, okay? But
Mm.
I feel like no even Christian like as a Christian, I'm gonna listen to anyone. I'm gonna listen to what anyone has to say. You have to have an open mindset about what anyone says about anything. It's
Yeah.
just a true known fact in life. If you can't have an open mindset, then don't even have your own opinion. I'm saying you have to have an open mindset on everything, no matter
Right.
what.
And it's not like you should like convert to that religion. That's not what we're saying, you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah,
saying like convert,
exactly. You
but
just
it's
have
like
to
just like
listen.
peep what's going on, just listen, you know what I mean? Just like
Exactly.
get an understanding of it in a way.
No matter what about every. I think that's about everything. I can't really think about like too many examples. That was just the first thing that popped to mind though. Like that's something like no matter what, I'm always gonna be a Christian inside, but I'm gonna listen to what other people say. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the thing is, go ahead.
No, I was just saying like I think that you should no matter what the situation is, you should always have an open mindset on anything, in my opinion.
I think having an open mindset, especially just like, for example, like your example of religion, I think that could just help you with being able to understand and respect the religion in general. Because some people are ignorant to other religions and other just facts about the world in general, and
Yeah.
it's because they have a closed mindset. They're not open to listening or understanding. So then, therefore, they become ignorant because of that.
And it also just shows like respect to people if you think about it. Like if you're listening, if just being a listener overall, and just taking that into mind, just people that listen are always people. That's respect. That's just respect to another person.
Exactly.
So
I think I saw something on Instagram. I'm trying to think of how it went, but it was saying something about how like stupid people never ask questions, but smart people or intelligent people are the ones that are always curious and always asking
yeah,
questions and always learning.
the only way to to learn you guide your way through life. You got to listen to people. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. You got to live and you learn. That's the quote. That's kind
Yeah,
of
I
how
think
life
that
is.
like this whole topic is just about listening overall. You should always just not even just like taking things into consideration, just listening though. I mean, that's the main like that's the focal point
Mhm.
of of conversation with people. If you're not going to listen, then like I said, don't have an opinion if you're not going to listen.
So look, because there's some people, right? Sometimes they'll there's okay, there's a difference. There's two kinds of people. There's people that hear you and there's people that listen to you. Those who listen will actually, I guess, take your advice, or in this case, since we're talking about religion, they'll be able to understand where you're coming from and then be able to respect that religion. However, people that are hearing you, they're not really like trying to understand what's going on or whatever you're trying to speak about. They're just trying to reply off of that. And then
Yeah,
sometimes they just reply as if they're talking back and trying to be ignorant about a situation, if that makes any sense.
I do. I think that, and I also think that you should almost when you listen to someone, you can almost build like your own experiences off of what
Mm.
they say. You know what I mean? Like on what you think about what they say. You should build,
Like
use your own
expectations.
experience. Yeah, exactly. You should use your own like your own thoughts on what you think. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of chatting right now, but that's you know
No,
what I
I see
mean?
what you mean. You kind of have experience, or you kind of understand what something might, or you might understand something based off what somebody
Yeah.
else said because you were
Just like
listening
the
to
way
them.
you interpret it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Have an open mindset. Yeah.
exactly. So I know you were saying earlier before we started the recording and all that. You said you don't get embarrassed that much. Why is that? Like, how is that too?
Why don't I get embarrassed? Because I don't really care. I don't care all what people think. I do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like I'll do some chalant stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like be annoying. I'll be a clown overall. And even if someone laughs or like, yo, why is the dude doing some goofy stuff? I don't care at all. Like I don't even get embarrassed. I can't explain it. I only get embarrassed if it's actually something that's serious that like makes me actually look dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like if I missaid something, but like in such a bad way where it's like actually, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Then
I
I'll
see
get
what you mean.
embarrassed. Like the other day, let me give you a little example, okay? I don't
Yeah,
know if I can be talking about this on the podcast, but I'm gonna say it anyway. So like
go for it.
we were talking about taking pictures like of other people in school, right? And I'm like, I'm in art class, okay? And I was
Uh-huh.
like, wait, do you need consent to take pictures of people in school? I'm asking the teacher in front of everyone. Everybody's like kind of silent. I'm like, do
Yeah,
you need consent to take pictures of people in school? She's like, yeah. I was like, but wait, if it's a freshman, right? Then don't can't they not have consent?
yeah,
And I'm thinking about the legal age of consent of like doing something sexual. When I said that out loud, everybody starts laughing. I'm like, okay. And I low key got embarrassed a little bit because I'm low key talking about the legal
yeah.
age of consent
Okay,
on
that's
photos.
a little different because the context. If someone's hearing that out of
Yeah.
context, that sounds crazy. Like I ain't
That's
go.
what I mean. Everybody knew except the teacher. She was like, "Wait, all right, never mind, just drop it." I was like, "Okay." I thought I was gonna get in trouble, but like that genuinely embarrassed me. Okay, that's what I think about embarrassment. Like if it's something that's actually serious and you like the first you like listen for a second, like, "Yo, what did I just say, bro?" That's low-key embarrassing, something like that, or like actually something that's like not on purpose. Like I think if I'm doing something purposely, right,
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna get embarrassed by it. But if it's a
Yeah,
mistake, like for example, I'm in the mall and I just like I slip in front of everyone, like that's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Something that's
yeah,
a mistakes are gonna be embarrassing, but sometimes it just depends. If you're making a
yeah.
mistake and you can,
Like if I
build
slip in
off
the
of it.
mall, like this is how I'm gonna think about. Me like, damn, I really just slid. All these people staring at me, right? And then 5 minutes later, I'm not gonna care because it's like, who's gonna remember that 5 years from now? You know what I mean?
Bro,
That's something I always think about. Like
I
whenever
do
I make a
too, bro. You know what
decision,
I'm saying?
whenever I make a decision, right, or whenever I'm about to do something, I'm always like, or whenever I'm about to say something too, like to specific people, I'm like, how is this gonna affect me 5 years from now? If it
Bro,
does, is it positive or negative? If it's negative, I probably shouldn't do or say that thing. But if it's positive, I might as well go for it.
no, you're actually so right because think of anything at all, bro. This is even not even embarrassment wise, bro. That exact like what you just said, that quote you just said, bro. Even like school, if I take a test, right, I'm like, bro, this is not gonna affect me in 5 years about anything. I said about everything because it kind of, in the end of the day, probably everything adds up and it kind of will. But those specific things, like
Yeah.
one by one, bro, things don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? If you do something embarrassing, no one's gonna even like if you say something embarrassing, they're not gonna remember it 10 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? A day later. It's everything gets forgotten. So that's why I think that just whole topic of embarrassment, you shouldn't be embarrassed. You should just kind of do your own thing. Everyone should do their own thing.
Mm.
Mostly if it's something you're trying like if I'm purposely doing something, like I'm trying to do something funny and like everyone's like, yo, this guy should be embarrassed for that, and I'm not embarrassed, bro, you should do your own thing. Everyone should do their own thing. You should not be embarrassed at things like that. You know what I'm
There are
saying?
also like people that try to be successful, right? And they end up being unsuccessful because they're constantly thinking of what other people are thinking about them and what they're doing. Because
Yeah.
obviously, when you're not successful immediately, right, and you don't have that like just there, people are going. There's always gonna be someone to say something about it. There's always gonna be someone hating. Like someone's always gonna say
Yeah.
something. But there's always those who like thug it out and just don't care about what people think, and then they always end up being something. Like I'm trying to think. I think it was Jason Tatum. So he was in class. He said he wanted to be an NBA player. His entire class, including his teacher, was laughing at him, right? Saying that he would never do that. And look where he is now. He's like what, top five, top 10 in the NBA
Yeah.
now, making millions of dollars while probably everybody else in that class is like average. And I'm not saying average is bad, but like compared to him, it's a little different. Especially if they
And
were laughing at him.
I think that's like an example of like a positive effect, but there could also be negative because if you think about it, because if you're overthinking it too much, maybe it's actually gonna hit. Like for like when I used to play football, right, in like literally freshman year, if I do something like if I literally drop a ball, right, everyone's gonna start laughing. The embarrassment can low key hit, and you'll play worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you overthink
Like
about it, yeah.
embarrassment can go to a point where it makes it negative, but sometimes like you said with Jason Tatum, it can be the positive. So it's a big like embarrassment is kind of a big topic that's not really talked about. I feel like, but I think overall at the end of the day, like people should not be like you really should avoid trying to like being embarrassed or
I
just
think so.
setting
I
it
think
up.
in the context of sports, embarrassment is definitely real, but there are times where like you have to have a short-term memory. I think as I've gotten older and as I kept like playing basketball, I've gotten better at it. Obviously, there's still work to be done, but I
Yeah,
think I've gotten better at just having that short-term memory and just like not being embarrassed over a mistake. Like if I miss a shot, oh well, I'm gonna miss a shot. Like that's kind of how I started thinking about it. Or if I lose the handle, like it is what it is. The handle's still a work in progress, but if I make the mistake, I'm still learning from that. Like you live and you learn, like we said before, and it's either you win. This is how I think about it. I don't think about losses too much. It's either you win or you learn. That's how I kind of take
yeah,
a loss, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, and that like building off of that, I just think that overall, like with embarrassment, it mostly can be positive if you like if you work the right way, if you learn from it, if you learn from something that's like we're kind of taking embarrassment out of proportion a little bit, but just the overall topic, like if you do something wrong, right, you can build off of it to make yourself better. It's the same thing with embarrassment. If you
You're just
embarrass
looking at it
yourself
in a different
on
lens.
something, then
Yeah.
you can build off and make yourself better. And that's just the way, another way of life. Like I said earlier.
Just looking at it at a different like POV or point of view,
Yeah,
just taking that embarrassment and looking at the positive sides of it. You know what I mean? Especially if it was a mistake. You know what I mean? Like if you're just talking, you just say whatever. Like I have a bad habit of that sometimes. Like I just talk without thinking, and I'll say some bull crap. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah,
happening. Like sometimes it's low-key embarrassing, but like that's just me. So can't do nothing about it. Like it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta embrace it. If that's you, like you make mistakes and whatever, you just gotta embrace it.
yeah. You should always embrace it, bro. Always embrace embarrassment. I just take it, bro. I don't even care. I kind of if I sometimes even if I get embarrassed, I'll just laugh with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of
Yeah.
laugh at myself to just blow it off for a sec, because like you know you shouldn't care that much.
Exactly. That's how my friends be like. We just say like someone says something like say this in our friend group and someone say something that's like low-key embarrassing or we do something that's low-key embarrassing. We all laugh about it later. It's not like we going at each other saying whatever. Like it's just like
Exactly. No one's gonna say, bro, that was embarrassing. Like you're like, you know what I mean? You're not gonna hate on someone for, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just,
yeah,
yeah.
life happens. Yeah. All right. So we have another topic that because Ian's in the background, he wants to talk about brain rot. All right, go ahead, leave us.
What do I think about Brainrot? Okay, here's the thing. I mean, okay, Brainrot is not really rot if you think
Oh,
about it. It is rot, but it's not rot. Okay, it's low key like how we talk about Vine back then, or like memes back then. It's low key just a new meme. It's just a new version of that. It's just funny.
like
Like
what?
it's so like some things. How like some things are so stupid that it's funny. That's kind of like my whole like. It's gonna sound like embarrassing. That's like embarrassing. Oh, right here, we're talking about it. Bro, Ian zero. Ian just
Oh
said
my
6-7 in the
God,
chat. Like this is what I'm
bro.
talking about. 6-7 is not funny, but sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. But the whole thing around me, bro, I do stupid stuff that's funny. That's what I think is
Bro,
funny. Because stupid things are funny. So that's why brain rot is funny, bro. And Ian's saying
stop
bro
typing
now.
in the
Like,
chat, bro. Yo, this is what Ian's.
yeah,
So
actually. We're
look,
trying to
cause
we're
look.
trying to lock in right now, actually. Stop.
Okay,
So
so look, this is my thing with brain rot, right? Sometimes it's funny, right? But sometimes it makes absolutely no sense to where I get like irritated, right? Because look, we have people in the
that's
team,
yeah.
right? Or I have friends that just like say brain rot. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? It'd be like 7 in the morning. I'd be getting mad, like genuine. I'd be getting like
Yes, bro.
furious. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm like,
I'm the one that says it. Like
bro,
honestly, that's me.
yo, I'll be getting like irritated, like genuinely, like, and I don't. That's not me like that. I don't like do all that. I don't know. It's just like it pissed me off sometimes.
I feel you though.
And
I,
then
I think it gets to a point though.
yeah, it does. And he's gonna type something. I know he's gonna type something, bro.
Like if you're the type of person, for example, I'm gonna use an example as one of my friends named Ian. So he actually sits in class and he says 6-7 to himself. He sits there and he goes, yo, 6-7. Like I think brain rot gets to a point where like if you're just sitting there and you're saying it
Bro,
to
tell me
yourself,
why he does that in history, bro.
maybe
See,
yeah,
to
he's
a
saying
point.
to a point right
See,
now, like
look,
to her.
yo,
Yeah.
tell me why he does that in class, bro. He'll sit next to me, be like 6'7", right? He'll put his fingers on.
Yeah.
He'll be like, I'm like, bro, what are you doing,
That's what I'm saying. See, that's why I think it gets too far. Like he's writing it on my paper, 6-7 on my quiz. Like, bro, you need to hang it up. Like, honestly. I
bro?
don't even I'm just talking about a random person right
It's
now. I'm
so
just
like it gets to a point for real. Like I ain't gonna lie, not like not corny stuff, but like
none of that Tua
and
stuff.
then
Like it actually gets to a point.
yeah, no, for real. And so like I said before, like what is that? What does it mean?
That means low taper
Low
fade.
to fade. Come on, bro. Yo, no, because it sometimes like, and also this is another thing. I don't like when people overuse it every single day because then I'm just like, come on, man. Like, why? Why? You know what I mean? Because I gotta hear it every day in every single class because everybody thinks it's funny. Like, don't get me wrong, some of it can be funny, right? Especially when you use it like the right time. But then there's some people that just go like and overuse it all the time. Like, bro, like it
Yeah.
pisses me off sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Some stuff gets dry, bro. Like you gotta hang. Some people need to hang it up sometimes. Like
Exactly.
if you're dragging it that far, okay. Like if you're dragging it that far, bro, you need to know when to hang it up. But it will when it first comes out, bro. Like I actually like start dying laughing at that. Like even going way back, bro. Like to TikTok Riz Party, I was dying laughing when that first came out, bro. I'm so serious. And then it goes in phases. Like something drops and then it's not funny, and then it drops again. It's funny, not funny. You know what I'm saying? It just moves. Like you
Yeah,
just move
like
past it.
sometimes some of the stuff kind of grows on me, like in terms of like getting funnier. Because sometimes I'll hear something for the first time and it's just not funny at all.
Yeah,
But
it's correct.
then, like, what was it? I think it's like "Don't Give Me Apparently." But I first heard that, I was like, well, when I watched the whole meme, right? That was funny, right? But then after that, I watched it again. It wasn't funny. But then I sent it to someone, and then everybody else started using it. I just started hearing it a lot more, and then it started getting funny, especially when used in a certain context. You know what I mean? Like it just you know what that is, right? Don't give me apparently.
I think I heard that. I think I know what you're talking about, but I might not know. I'm
It's
not gonna
the
lie.
one bull on the podcast. He has red hair and he's talking to this dude, this Asian bull. He's like, uh, something I don't know. It was something about dogs or cats or something like that. He said, "Have you ever eaten a dog?" And then the Asian dude was like, "Well," and then the dude with the red hair was like, "Don't give me apparently, bro." That was funny as hell, bro. I was crying. I think that's how it went, unless I'm tripping, but
I need to go. Oh,
I'm not racist. I didn't say that though, did I? I'm
no,
not.
I
I'm
get it
not.
though. You go.
I'm not racist. This is a video on Instagram Reels, bro. Oh yeah. Also, this is my uh, okay. This is my opinion, right? I think that Instagram Reels is better than TikTok.
Bro, how you gonna say that? I mean, not like Brainrot.
Nah, cause there be stuff on Instagram that I just be seeing. It's just ridiculously funny. It doesn't have to be brain rot. It's just random videos.
That's
Same
what I
with
mean, though,
Twitter.
bro. People need to face that the new funny is stupid stuff. Stupid things are funny. I don't care. Like
I
real humor,
guess.
okay. You're gonna crack a real joke once in a while, and it's funny, okay? Like, you made a real joke.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna say something stupid out of nowhere, bro, that's even funnier. I don't even care. That's you can like do that on the daily, and
Okay.
I'll laugh at it.
I think it depends though, because if you with your friends and then when your friends say something stupid, like that's funny as hell. But like if
Yeah.
it's a random and I see a random like
No,
if I'm face to face with a random, he say something stupid, I'm be like, what you talking about, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro. If someone that I don't know is their brain, I actually get mad. I'm like, bro, shut up. Like,
yeah,
if
exactly.
I see some freshman in the hallway like talk about some brain rot, and I literally laugh at that myself with my friends, but if I hear them say it, I'm like, bro, are
It's
you
just a
serious?
matter of perspective. I think, hold on. Yeah. So we was walking. So we was in the 100 cafeteria. We was walking upstairs in the morning, and then some girl was next to me, Ethan and Ian, and then she was like TSPML ICL, something like that. Bro, I was like, I started getting annoyed. I was like, oh hell nah, this is
Yeah,
too
that's a
early,
zero.
bro. And we all looked at each other like, oh
Zero.
hell no, she can't ever say that again. It was the weirdest thing because then right after, like 2 minutes later, they started saying it in the hallways. We were walking around, and that
Yeah,
was
exactly. And then it's probably funny if they say it. Like, you know what I mean? It just depends on the person mostly.
yeah. I guess it just depends. I feel like if it's in your group, like when you're a friend with your friends and all that, it's just way funnier. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I agree, bro.
Yeah. All right, so we're out of topics right now, and we had a good conversation. So, Levi, I do appreciate you for being on here. Do you have anything else to say?
Nah, bro, I just really appreciate you, for reaching out on DMs and let me come on here.
Yeah.
You heard me around asking to come on. I was pretty excited. I got ready to get on the
You know what's
podcast.
crazy actually? Miss Harris told me that you wanted to be on. That's why I DM'd you.
That bro, because I was talking, I was like, bro, wait, Amada's, and I was watching Andrew was talk about it, and I watched the whole Andrew video just today. I was
Uh-huh.
like, okay, like I could actually, I could feel like I could chat a little bit. So, I just want to, give my thanks out to Amad here for letting me on the podcast, hearing your boy out. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no problem, man. I got you. All right, but yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments below. Share the podcast, view the podcast, Instagram and TikTok page, and view Levi's Instagram as well. Everything, all the links will be down in the description below. Thank you guys for
Sir.
watching. Stay tuned.